Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We are back. We are at it again for another Women in Network Marketing series. My gosh, I missed y'all. I missed those 2 weeks. I'm telling you, they go by way, way too slow. I'm like, wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm like, hold on. And then when it comes, it hits us just like that. It's like, okay, it's time. It's time. So I'm excited to be back here on this platform. This is a chance where we get to showcase and share our industry, our profession of network marketing. And you get to hear from so many different amazing women who are just like you and I, who have been in, backgrounds of all professions and decided to say yes to network marketing. This profession has done so much for so many people and is changing lives left and right. Believe it or not, it's bigger than the NFL combined in as far as the income that is made amongst players. This profession pays way more than that, more than the NBA, believe it or not. But a lot of people are still skeptical and hesitant for various reasons, and I totally understand. So we're going to go get right into it today. For those of you who are new coming on for the first time onto our series, my name is Jatasha Harris, aka the Mommy Juggler. The Mommy Juggler is my nickname, but it also is the name of my women's empowerment company. And this empowerment company is designed to help women who are juggling lighten their load so they can begin to live and not exist. And that came from me living, right? Or not living, I should say, and just existing. And so one day I've decided that I no longer wanted to exist. I wanted to live. And so I started to be intentional on my walk, intentional on figuring out what my purpose is, intentional on being in alignment with the assignment that God has called me to, and figuring it out. And I'm still learning, but I definitely can say I'm going in the right direction because I have some joy and peace on the inside of me that I've never experienced before. Not saying life is easy, not saying I don't go through things, but saying that I know how to get through them and still can walk in that peace and joy. And so some of you may be in that same place. You might be in that place of where you are just doing the same thing over and over and over again and not experiencing that joy on the inside that nobody really can give you, that it's just in there because God has imparted it inside of you. And despite of what's going on around you, you still can walk in that and still be infectious to other people and help to spread that same joy and love and light. And so that is the goal for the agency. But what I love about this series and segment, I get to highlight other women who made a decision to also begin to live and not exist. So today we have the honor and pleasure to have someone on here that I have known for some years. And I'm so excited that she decided to partner and join and become a professional in this industry because I'm seeing such a huge change inside of her. And already she's amazing and she's great. Phenomenal woman, phenomenal mom, phenomenal grandma, friend, sister, and all of that, but the business professional. And so one of the things that I found very interesting in her story, and you'll hear her story, is that the profession that she is in her regular day-to-day, and even what she was taught in school was not the same information that other wealthy accountants and people in the financial field know to get ahead financially. And so when she heard the information that she heard, she was like, oh my goodness. And so I want to bring up to you, and some of you know her, some of you don't, and you'll get to know her and you'll see exactly what I mean. Her name is Miss DeShawn Redmon, and she is in the North Carolina area, but she is originally from New York. So DeShawn, if you can come on up and bless us with your presence. Are you there?
I am here. Hey, Jatasha, how you doing?
Hey, I am doing amazing, doing so amazing. So happy you are here with us today. How you feeling?
I'm wonderful. I'm blessed. I am blessed today. Yes.
Amen. Yes, you are. You are. Well, I thank you for taking the time because I know you are at work working on some major things, and behind the scenes, you just told me some other news that will be coming up soon. So I'm not going to share that. I'll let you share that at another time. But that's exciting in itself too. Yes. But we are happy you're here. We want to hear from you. We want to hear about DeShawn. Who is DeShawn? How did DeShawn become the woman that she is today? And what made DeShawn step into the role of network marketing? And then we also want to know, how in the world did the schooling or whoever did not teach you about these strategies and tips? And let us know a little bit about how you feel. But before we go into all of that, let's start with, who is DeShawn? And I guess let's go back until you can remember, up until you became a professional in your field.
Okay, wonderful. My name's DeShawn. I'm originally from upstate New York. I currently live in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. I am the oldest of 4 children. I'm a first grandchild. I was actually raised by my grandparents, and they gave me the best education, sent me to private school. I really saw my grandparents sacrificing to give us the best life that they could, and wanted us to have, and always spoke to us of, being your best, doing your best, always succeeding in life. From a very young age, I always said, I want to be a CPA. That was because I had an aunt who lived in Maryland, and she was a CPA for AT&T. And for some reason, just dealing with numbers, it intrigued me. So I always said, I want to be a CPA. Went ahead, graduated high school, went on to college, left college, became a mom of my first son. So, life started happening. I started working, I started getting jobs. I worked in the healthcare industry for a little bit, and then I decided to go back and said, let me finish getting my degree in accounting. So I went ahead and did that. I've been doing accounting now for many, many years. Over 20 years I've been doing accounting. So it's kind of in my blood. It's just numbers just run in me. I am the mom. I have 2 wonderful young men in my life and a very handsome, overly energetic grandchild. But I just enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy being helpful to people. I enjoy listening to people. People tell me, you're a great listener. They love to come and talk to me. But other than that, I just love just being who God has sent me to be. And that's just being an inspiration to whomever I come across. And that's it.
That is awesome. Oh my goodness. And yes, I have seen pictures of your little grandboy, and he is just full of life, full of energy. You just take such good care of him when he's with you. So that's awesome. But I'm sure, so let's go back to when you were younger, growing up. So what was that like? Because I know you said you were raised by your grandparents. How was that growing up and being the oldest of 4 or 3 other siblings?
Yes. So it was wonderful. I was raised in a house of love, caring, compassion, really taught us how to be young ladies, how to carry ourselves out in public, how to conduct ourselves wherever you are. We were raised in the church, so I have faith-based in my blood. I know God is my savior, the head of my household. He does any and everything in my life, and he will always be first. So I'm very grateful for that. Very close-knit family. We were, and we still are today, just love on each other. And I'm happy for that. I tell someone I'm happy for the fact that I know that my grandparents not only spoke about love, but also showed me love. And they showed me how to show other people love, even if you don't know them. So it was a wonderful upbringing.
That's great. That is awesome. A lot of times, some families, they, would say they went to their grandparents or they stay with a relative, but they can feel that they really weren't welcomed or weren't wanted. And it sounds like that was the total opposite, for you. They showed you the love and all of that you show even today. So would you say that was anchored into you since a young kid, and that stayed with you, which is how and the way you treat others as well?
Yes, most definitely. I would have to say that the way that I was raised was keep God first, number one. And number two, really love your neighbor as yourself. So those two were how we were raised, and the values that I still hold very close and dear to me to this very day. And that I even pass on, to my children. Just do the same. Treat people well. Treat people how you want to be treated. And you will see the fruitfulness and the blessings that come into your life without you even doing anything, but just being good to someone else.
Right. That's right. That is so true. So now tell us about your aunt, the one who inspired you with, the becoming the accountant that you are, getting into, the numbers and things like that. What was it that attracted you, besides, of course, her being your auntie and I'm sure loving you and all of that stuff? What was it about her? Because there was something that made you say, what was the first impression that you liked about what you've seen?
Okay. She's actually no longer here with us. But it was just the persona, how she carried herself. I could see how she conducted herself just whenever I was around her. She actually lived in Maryland and I was in New York, but when we would go visit her, it was just sitting down and talking with her, spending time with her, seeing her, talk about her business and what she was doing. It was intriguing to me. And then again, also like, even going back to when I was little in the church, I was the treasurer for our Sunday school ministry. So I've been dealing with numbers for a very, very, very long time.
Wow. Oh man. So you were you were a leader from a young age, because dealing with money, anybody doesn't just let you, especially at the church, let anybody handle the finances. And so they seen something in you to say yes, or, however you got elected or whatever, to take on that role. And then you fulfilled it and you continue on to grow in that area due to, just the environment, your aunt and whoever else influenced you. So now when you were in school, I heard you talk about you had your son. And so what made you say, okay, I'm going to go back to school? Because I'm sure, taking one child is a handful. Two is it's a handful. And so you are a college student with the child. You knew in some point in your mind that you wanted to go back to school. What made you make that decision?
Yeah, I've actually gone back and got a few degrees. So just kept learning. But I said, you know what, it was always something I wanted to do. And why am I not doing it? So I had that focus, that determination, and I made it happen. I went to work during the daytime. I was at school at night. And I also wanted to set an example for my children that if you have something that you want to do, set your mind to it and you can accomplish it. There's nothing that you can't do. And there's no reason to not want to do what you want to do, especially when you feel it in your heart. You feel that's where God is leading you.
So you were determined. I mean, that's huge, DeShawn, because a lot of times people drop out and they're like, I can't, and they'll make all the excuses in the world. And it sounds like you didn't, because not only were you full-time working, you're a full-time mom, and you were, it sounds like, a full-time student as well, or at least part-time student.
Yeah, and still had the children and all the activities, basketball, boxing, soccer. Yeah, we still had to do everything else. It took me a little longer to get those degrees, but in the end, I got them. So.
That's right. You got them. And so you're absolutely right. The determination, it's whatever you put your mind to and whatever you focus on will grow. And so if you focus on I can't do it, then you won't be able to do it. If you focus on you can do it, then you will. And like you said, okay, you're not in a race with anyone other than just to become the better version of yourself. So you didn't care that maybe you didn't finish with your other classmates, but you finished. And that was what was important to you.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So, all right. So now the position that you're in currently, talk to us about how you got there, because you're in a major role and, and yeah, I'm not going to say no more. Go ahead. Tell us how you got there.
I'm an accountant for a local CCRC, which is a continuing care retirement community. We have 600 residents. We have a very small accounting team. There's only 3 of us. And I am in charge of doing everything. We do, this is going to get into some accounting terminology, and people in finance, they'll understand what I'm talking about. But actually building, interpreting, and analyzing financial statements, accounts receivable, accounts payable, bank reconciliations. Preparing financial statements is really what I do, and sit down and analyze those to look at the profit and loss of the business, and also look at our statement of cash flows. So
yeah, that sounds like a whole lot. Not my lane, but I love what you guys do. You keep us checked and balanced and all of that good stuff. So, but 600 resident, that's not small. I mean, all the individual stuff that has to go along with that, the upkeeping, the all of that stuff of your facility. And so, yeah, that's huge. And you said you do a lot of that. So now you're doing well in your profession and you're moving along, and all of a sudden, boom, somebody comes and introduces you to not only the industry of network marketing, but the industry that is pertaining to your field, which is in the finance arena.
yes.
And so tell us what made you decide first to say yes to network marketing.
So I have to be honest with you. At first, I did not say yes. But the reason I didn't say yes did not have to do with anything that I did not think that it was a wonderful opportunity. It was just because I had some personal things going on in my family. So I had to take care of that. So that was my priority. And then just a few months later, I said, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet, go ahead. I got that situation pretty much under control. And I said, this is something I want to do. And I don't want to just do it just for me, but I want to do it for my family. And I want to get into network marketing because it is in finance. And I'm like, well, I know finance, I know money, I know budgeting. I understand the terminology. I understand what needs to be done. And it was just a great opportunity, a great fit at the right time.
Gotcha. Okay. So then you decided to move forward. And again,
Yes.
being, the woman that you are, taking care of family, making sure that they're straight first, and then, taking care of the rest of the stuff. So you saw what the industry could do. You saw the potential. You decided to jump in, and you love that it was in your field. And then when you got here, you started learning stuff about the field. And what happened when you started hearing some of the things that you realized you did not know?
Okay. So I have to say, again, I knew the basics, but the one thing I realized is that, and again, in getting my accounting degree, of course, we take a class on income taxes. We take a class on finance laws and government regulations. But to really get into it, they never said, hey, guess what? These tax laws were built for people who own businesses. And if you have a home-based business, you are going to be a leader. You're going to be at the top of your game. And you're not going to have to work for anyone because you'll have your own. No, they did not say that. They said, learn all this stuff, get this knowledge and information that we're giving you, and then you can go and work for this company and you'll make a great salary. That's what they said. But in this business, what I'm learning is there's flexibility. I'm still learning. And the one thing I like to do is learn. I tell my kids, you should learn something new every day. I don't even care if it's someone's name, but learn something new every single day. And with this business, I'm continuing to learn. Not only is it helping me, but it's also teaching me how I can go out and reach others all over, not just in my area, but from wherever, and actually show them that there is a finance company out there, a business that you can have that will help you do the things that you want to do. Who does not want to reduce their taxes? Guess what? If you reduce your taxes, guess what that means, people? That means more money in your pocket. I don't understand, like, just simple things, just things that I think we really don't think about on a daily basis, except when it's tax filing time. But it's something that we should think about, and the benefits that also come with it. Credit restoration, building your credit. We all want that because we know credit is key. In order to get something, you're either going to need to have a lot of money, or you're going to have some excellent credit. Why not work on the excellent credit? Because you work on the excellent credit, guess what? That cash flow is going to come for you, and you'll have the money that you need. So it was just a great fit. To me, it made sense. They say make it make sense. It made sense.
It made sense. That's right. And so now you get to do what you love, which is
Hmm.
the field of accounting. You can broaden your horizon. You can and educate people all over that you're connected to and who you may not even know based on meeting them in different places or through someone else while you're working your 9 to 5 until you get to a point of either you want to stay at your 9 to 5 and you're content, or you can replace your 9 to 5 income by still doing the thing that you love to do. And that's what I love about this industry. It gives you
Yeah.
options to say, okay, I can do this or I can do that. Right.
Hmm.
Now,
Exactly.
yes. So, DeShawn, would you say that based on what you know now and then going through schooling and all of that stuff, do you think that they even give us a tenth of the information that we need to set ourselves up in the finance world? Like whether it's, I don't know, what did they have in high school? Balancing, was it checkbooks and stuff like that? Home economics stuff? I don't even remember all of what we learned. But do you say the math and all those things that they teach us from grade school on, does it prepare us for what the stuff that you've learned now in your current company?
Basic math, yes, you do need that. Am I going to say geometry is helping me right now in my business? No, it's not. But I think, if that's a profession that someone wishes to go into, then yes, that is fine. The one thing is that when you go to school, the electives, all the classes that even would be helpful or beneficial to give you a foundation of understanding finances, understanding money, understanding how it works, those are electives when they should actually be mandatory courses and classes that students are needing to take. That would at least give you a foundation of understanding. However, to get you to the place of saying you need a home-based business, because that is the most beneficial way that you are going to reduce your personal tax liability. No, they're not teaching that. And I wonder if they're not teaching it because they're a little fearful. They don't want you to know. Um, but I'm telling you right now, the finance company that I'm with, we are out here, we are growing, we are sharing. We want people to know this. We're not just keeping it to ourselves. And that's the wonderful thing about it. It's like each one teaching one, just not holding it in. So, you know,
Woo!
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Man, you just gave a whole mouthful. You just gave a mini course. You just gave a mini course, and I love what you said. That is so like brilliant. Yes, they're giving the option to learn about the foundation or the basics of money as an elective, when that should be incorporated into your curriculum, your core curriculum, because after school you're going to need to know how to do that. A lot of kids
Exactly.
come out of school not even knowing. I've spoken to people who have PhDs and all kinds of stuff, and they have never learned about anything remotely in the finance and home-based business arena, tax reduction strategies, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, man, our school system, our education system is doing all of us a disservice.
Yes.
And it's not helping us at all. So, but I thank you for
Yeah.
saying yes and going out there and being one to contribute, your joy of this profession, of your accountant background, but also the joy
Mhm.
of the profession of network marketing to empower people in your network.
And I thank you for this opportunity to be interviewed today and just share a little bit of my story.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we appreciate you so much. Looking forward to doing this again with you, because I know in the near future there's going to be some updates and some changes and some things. And you are just blazing the trail. So we truly appreciate, you being here, being on this platform, contributing to Women in Network Marketing series, but also to the men and women out there who just wanted to hear your story because they can relate, because you might be in the
Mhm.
same field or something hit them. Maybe they were raised by their grandparents too. Maybe they were, college, moms and left school and then went back. You never know how your story can impact someone, whereas who you can reach, I can't, or who you can reach, somebody else can't. So
Yeah.
you matter, you make a difference. We see you and we're so proud of you. So thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have
Have
a
a great
wonderful.
day.
You do the same. Thank you. You do the same. Everyone have a great day.
All right. Thanks. Bye bye. All right. Awesome. 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 Oh man, that was such refreshing to hear, hear from her, hear from that standpoint, somebody who is in the finance arena, somebody who is an accountant, somebody who has gone through schooling and never heard what she's hearing and learning today in the company that she's with. So we're extremely excited for, again, this segment, this series, because we have different women coming up. I mean, if you haven't seen the women we've had in the past, you got to go back and watch the replays. All of them, each of them so far have had all different backgrounds and professions. So you're going to learn something from each one of those ladies. And as I said, they are ordinary day-to-day women who made a decision to move forward and start to live and not exist. So we'll be doing this again in 2 more weeks. So come back on here with us and make sure you invite a friend, share this podcast with someone else who could benefit from this information. Someone who may be on the fence about their next step in life. Someone who's looking for a change in what they're currently in right now. Someone who needs a network, a community of men and women who can support their dreams by giving them some encouragement and some words. Again, I'm truly grateful. My name is Jatasha Harris, out of the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area. I do life and everything with my amazing husband, Fred, and our 3 little ones, plus our fur baby. We have a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And I tell you, life is just truly amazing. It's not perfect, but it is amazing. And we're continuing to grow and find and meet people like DeShawn's and so many others where we're adding to our family. So we are in this industry. This industry helps you turn strangers into friends, into family. So that's what you get when you come into the industry of network marketing. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid. As next time somebody comes to you with an opportunity, take a listen. You never know. You never know what you may be getting yourself into. All right. Well, until next time, 2 weeks, we'll see you again. Don't forget to go out and live on purpose and make sure you begin living and not existing. Have a blessed day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.